now move to Paul Porter, our third speaker for today. Paul Porter is from X Matters and Everbridge company. Paul currently manages a global team of sales engineers. He's the vice president of sales engineering here for our digital operations platform at Everbridge. And he focuses on bringing resilience to the cloud, on-prem, and hybrid applications. Paul has seen more than 25 years of evolution in this IT world, and he's been helping these organizations improve their business outcomes by leveraging new processes and technologies, and most recently in the DevOps and the DevSecOps arena. Paul has worked for startups as well as large organizations like Accenture, HP, and like I said, he's currently part of the Everbridge family. Paul, before we go and say, oh, the solution needs to be reactive and we need to do flood control like Erin was rightly pointing out, what are you seeing in the industry? Do you share Ron's perspective, Erin's perspective? What about all the money being spent? Where do you think the challenges are and why?
Yeah, I think, thanks for that question. It's great to be here with the team and provide some insights, hopefully, for everyone. And this is, the backdrop to all of why do we need this and why do we need to improve is partly because organizations have just been investing heavily in oftentimes what we've called digital transformation. But what it turns into is what we call velocity. And velocity in particular results from innovation, where we want to continue to improve or expand or create new applications and services that help drive our business, which is all good, right? That's what we all want. And this is what we do as a vendor. We provide a service, and we literally update that environment. Turns out it's in many data centers around the world, so it's not just one place, but we do it every day. We update oftentimes multiple times a day. And that's what this slide's actually talking about a little bit, is we're innovating faster. We need more, faster improvements, both from a functionality and a scalability perspective. The potential downside of that sometimes is, according to studies we've seen, is about 70%. So of the outages that we see, there's a large percentage that actually come from us changing things. Sometimes it's changes that, are put into the network or the servers, but other times really it's fundamentally the applications or the services or microservices. And so while we've gotten awesome at, getting code out and releasing it and automatically pushing it into production, literally minutes from the time it was written, we haven't been quite as good at is improving and automating what we do from responding. Just as Erin was describing, the number of signals has increased dramatically with the complexity of the applications, the breadth and depth of the technology that we're deploying. And so we see, lots of new challenges. We're trying to avoid those impacts to customers. So we need to respond more quickly so that issues that pop up don't always become incidents, or at least business impacting incidents. And then just as you mentioned earlier, this idea that if we're consuming time responding to problems, we're limiting or reducing the time that we can use to innovate. I'm going to call that wasted time. I'm also going to say, if there are tasks that we could automate that we're wasting time there too. So there's lots of opportunities for us to take advantage of technology and to expand it into other portions of the life cycle. And then I'd say, the other 2 points on here are almost organizational to some extent. It's this idea that a lot of times we get a great tool, but we don't put it in the right context or the right process, or we lock it into a silo or a team within an organization, and we don't have that proper view about the greater processes that we should really be helping to solve.